Arts on Cutler.
Here we go.
Of course I don't. I think Jay Cutler should be arrested for theft.
Stop it.
He is a complete waste of time as a quarterback on the National Football League level. And I'll be the first to tell you, if we had camp in Chicago, I'd tell him right to his face. He's a waste of time because he has all the requisite skills and abilities. Jay Cutler's problem is not talent. Jay Cutler's problem is leadership. Jay Cutler's problem is interest. This dude literally looks like he's completely disinterested in somewhere else most weeks during an NFL season. Yes, 28 touchdowns, just 18 interceptions. I got that. A slew of offensive coordinators, a few different coaches. I get all that. I understand that. He's approaching, what, his 10th year in the NFL?
He is,
What does he have? One playoff victory? This dude's a waste of time, man. And he doesn't inspire anybody. And I say this again. I'm sensitive to people's ailments or whatever. I don't know what they say. What is it? Type 2 diabetes?
Yeah.
That's what he suffers from. And they say that sometimes that influences your mood. I get that. And I'm sensitive to anybody out there who has experienced that. My heart goes out to you. I wish you nothing but good health, including Jay Cutler. I feel that way about. But let me also be clear about this. I saw Jay Cutler smile one time in his entire career in the NFL. You know when that was? When he signed his new deal with Chicago. That's the only time I've ever seen him smile. Ever. Okay? Not in Denver, not in Chicago. I haven't seen him smile. That's the only time when he got his money. And what was his deal? $55 million in guaranteed, close to $120 million for who? No wonder why people getting fired left and right in Chicago, because who the hell made that decision? This dude is a complete waste of time as a quarterback because he is devoid of the requisite leadership you need from that position. You got to go out there and be ready to roll. You got to be ready to fight. His teammates, you got a cat like Matt Forte balling the way that he does. You have Brandon Marshall with Alshon Jeffrey. Now you've got Kevin White with Alshon Jeffrey. You understand? You've got the requisite pieces around you to be formidable. But Jay Cutler is the X factor. And all of these excuses about playing with different people, I understand that factors. But in the end, it comes down to him. Jay Cutler is perfectly fine with showing up to work and going home. He doesn't mind. It don't hurt that much when he's losing. It don't hurt that much when they stink. It doesn't hurt that much that the city of Chicago, a great sports town, the second city with all those great sports fans, they got this dude as their representative. This is a diehard city, man. They come there ready to roll every day. They are on fire every day. And then you got Jay Cutler. Well, we tried. Hi, guys. We just didn't do what we were supposed to do. I guess we'll figure it out. And meanwhile, he's cashing that check. This man, please, don't get me started on Jay Cutler.
So why would Mike Martz write a check that Jay Cutler can't cash?
Because Mike Martz is trying to find some level of justification for the job that he failed to get done. That's why he ain't a head coach in the NFL. I mean, remember, this is the dude that was brilliant. This is the dude that took over for Dick Vermeil. This is the dude that was in St. Louis, guided them to the Super Bowl before they lost, by the way. This is the same dude that was the head coach. This guy didn't get it done. And Mike Martz, who, by the way, I've met, interviewed, and actually kind of like a little bit. He's a bit eccentric, a bit different, and I believe he's also a bit sensitive. He's trying to justify the lack of productivity that he put forth when Jay Cutler was his quarterback and he was the offensive coordinator. Seems logical to me because there's no other reason for anybody with sense other than you, Mr. Vanderbilt graduate, along with Jay Cutler, other than you, okay, and anybody from Vanderbilt, there is no excuse for anybody on God's green earth to come up with a rationale to defend the pathetic
and Kristen
leader.
Cavallari, she could defend him too, right?
All right, the pathetic leader, not talent, because he really is talented, he is a pathetic leader.
Okay,
and I can't wait till Chicago gets rid of him.
Do you remember what happened the first year that Mike Martz was his coordinator with the Chicago Bears?
I don't recall.
Okay, that 2010 year?
Yeah.
Jay Cutler played 15 of those 16 games and went 10-5 that year, and they wound up in the NFC Championship game. I don't want to do the rest of the story.
Oh no!
I don't want to do it. But they did.
You mean when he was on a bike? You mean when he couldn't drop back to pass?
But they did get to that game, and they were in position to win that game.
Really?
Were they not?
Really? The man skipped out on an NFC Championship game. You're 60 minutes away from a Super Bowl. A Super Bowl, and this dude is riding a bicycle.
Stephen A., can you ride the bike again? Stephen A. riding a bike.
He had a sprained MCL.
I mean, come on, stop.
Could not play.
But he could sit up there. He could sit up there and sit on the sidelines and ride a bicycle. But you couldn't back that on throw a pass.
I am happy you brought that game up, because that was yet another game that your man Aaron Rodgers, the bad man that he is, he was just bad in that second half.
Today.
He almost lost the second half to somebody named Caleb Haney. You remember that? Caleb Haney?
You're nauseating.
Okay, now back.
Jay Cutler.
Just for Molly's edification.
Thank you, please.
I did go to Vanderbilt.
Yes.
And when Jay Cutler was a junior at Vanderbilt, I began to rave about him on this show, and everybody laughed at me, and I said, he will be a franchise quarterback, and he will be a high draft pick. Ha, 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 ha. And what happened? 2 years later, Mike Shanahan said, I'm going to trade up for Jay Cutler, and went all the way up to 11 to take him.
How did that work out?
He made the Pro Bowl in his second year in the NFL.
Pro Bowl.
Well, that's pretty good.
That's when you care about the Pro Bowl. That's when you care. That's when that matters to you. I see a whole bunch of reserves showed up to the Pro Bowl.
What happened last year?
They just wanted to give him a free trip to Hawaii. That's all it meant.
What happened last year on this show? I gave up on my man Jay Cutler. Did I not?
Yes, you did.
I backed off.
Yes, you did.
I didn't.
What you argue for him now?
Not only did I quit driving the bandwagon, I jumped off the back of the bandwagon, and I said, that's it. He's going to his 10th year. I know what he is, and especially what he is not.
That's right.
But why would Mike Martz set up Jay Cutler for another fall this year? That's what I don't understand, unless he's got some axe to grind with Jay. Why would you do this to him? Why would you say, well, wait a second. Why would you say he now has better players? This team will be a consensus pick to finish last in the division. Am I right about that?
I don't know about that.
Yes, they will. Come on, Detroit.
I believe it, but I don't know about it. Some people might pick them ahead of Minnesota.
They will ahead of Minnesota. No, they won't.
I won't.
Minnesota will be the consensus second-place team in this league.
I think
it'll
be Detroit. I think it'll be Detroit.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Now back to what is better now than in 2010? Obviously, Brandon Marshall, Jay's all-time favorite receiver, they fell apart at the end of the year. We could ask Brandon about that. We will talk to him about that.
Do we really need to ruin his mood?
Okay, but he's not there anymore.
Don't we want to be thoughtful?
Okay, so what is there? Adam Gase, who was Peyton Manning's coordinator the last 2 years, which meant he just did what Peyton Manning told him. And he's going to change life for Jay Cutler?
And what did he say?
Are you kidding?
What did he say? He comes in, his first week on the job, what does Adam Gase say? Well, he's smarter than I thought he was. So clearly you didn't think much of him. So what is there to say? Now, this is a dude from Vanderbilt, and he said he's smarter than I thought he was. You didn't know he was smart before you got there? I mean, this is how Jay Cutler has tarnished the Commodores. He has tarnished the Commodores. He's tarnished the Commodores. Trust me.
We're proud of him.
Really?
You're not going to go sit there again.
Is there a better arm in pro football than Jay Cutler's arm?
You know, that makes it worse. Was there a better arm than Jamarcus Russell, Jabba the Hutt Russell? Was there a better arm than him?
Yeah, Jay Cutler's.
Really?
Yeah.
Better than Jamarcus Russell?
Yeah, I think so. Better gun, better velocity, better mid-range thrower.
Really? Oh, stop it.
So back to what are we looking at here? Well, we're looking at Kevin White. Is this a Kevin White issue for Mike Martz? What did I tell you?
Kevin
White will be even better than Amari Cooper. Amari went fourth to Oakland. Kevin White went seventh to the Bears. He is going to be a game-changing, physical, leaping receiver. Okay?
I like Kevin White.
A high-point receiver. Maybe he'll change Jay's life. I don't know.
Got questions about his legs, though. His legs look a little
I don't have any questions
I'm just saying, Amari Cooper looks like, he looks sturdy. Okay. But let me say this to you, Skip Bayless. I understand. Because you want to come to the defense of your guy from Vanderbilt, even though you jumped off the bandwagon last year.
No, I'm just being objective.
No, you're not objective about Vanderbilt. Stop it. Stop it. Don't lie. Don't lie to the public like that. You're not objective about anybody
I'm
from
objective
Vanderbilt.
about Jay Cutler.
Listen, Jay Cutler, when are you going to accept the fact that Jay Cutler has broken your heart for good? He's not coming back, Skip. He's let you down, and he's going to continue to let you down. Because, Skip, when it comes to leadership ability, which is a quarterback is supposed to have,
the
brother doesn't have it.
That's what I said last year.
The brother doesn't have it.
Okay, I am with you. But in the end, why would Mike Martz do this to him? That's the question.
Because Mike Martz doesn't know any better. He's a bit eccentric himself. You understand? Remember when I remember when I interviewed Mike Martz on television years ago, and he went like this, "I'm not crazy." That was his line, because people were saying he's crazy. And when it comes to Jay Cutler, He sounds crazy, but it's okay. I'm going to give you a pass because I understand you want to. 10 years in the league, 1 playoff victory. The NFC Championship game, the brothers on the side. You can't. Now remember, Byron
Don't
Leftwich
ride the bike again. Okay.
Byron Leftwich is in college at Marshall, and they are picking him up and carrying him down the field to throw passes because he could barely walk. But Jay Cutler is 60 minutes away from a Super Bowl, and this brother can't backpedal to throw passes because his injury. But he could be on the sidelines riding a bicycle. I'm trying to tell you right now, all right? You're making a mistake holding your faith in him. It's a waste of time.
I gave up on him last year.
He will let you down. He will let you down. And by the way, one other piece of bad news for you. I know you're a little bit jealous when they asked me to come and speak at Vanderbilt. I just wanted to inform you that they've asked me again.
Why are you going to go there?
Now, was that a panel discussion?
Are you going to go
that
there?
Like
No, panel discussion. I'm just letting you know.
We want you to come speak at UConn.
I'm coming to
Can
your
you come?
alma mater.
Are you available?
I will speak at UConn.
He's going to come to university. You're not invited.
My school is ashamed of me,
No,
and I'm ashamed that he's going to speak there for a second time.
They're not ashamed of you. They just love me. They just love me. That's all.
Okay.
I'm here for you.
I'm out.
I'm here.
We can both agree that Jay Cutler is not a leader. You know who is emerging as a leader beyond football? Des Bryant.
Wow.
Dude just got paid, much deserved. Wait till you see how mainstream he's becoming. We'll discuss that next. First Take, we're in rare form from Florham Park, New Jersey.
Jake.